How would you construct the perfect shooting guard to complement your game?
My game?
Yep.
Oh, all you got to do is be on the floor, baby. Yeah, you're going to be
Let
good.
it happen.
You're
Just
gonna
let
be
it
good.
happen.
Let it happen. Now, for me, I love guys with a high energy guys. So that's why I love playing with them. Just guys that have a high battery, because at times I would kind of get too cerebral in the game. And then he would pull me up and just make me emotional. So I like
Become
guys
a dog,
like that.
right?
Just get emotionally in the game instead of
right.
reading the situation and this guy's over. No. Just play hard.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because my guys, John Starks is the same exact way. He was just a great competitor. Like, the moment never got too big because he always felt like I shouldn't even be here.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to the Boston Celtics. Good work there as it goes.
Outstanding work from Iggy. So skilled.
All right, there we go.
And finishing off the drive.
1:53 left here in the opening quarter. And finished off by Nurkic. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
The NBA being so much about entertainment, Kenny. If you had to choose the best showman in the league, who would you pick?
Ooh, the best showman.
With style and charisma.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, he'd be right up there, wouldn't he?
LeBron is a showman, but Steph is, I think, the top of the league. Giannis is a showman, but he's by grit, Harden, and maybe someday Zion.
I would go with that as well. The one thing that the one reason that I have a little concern with Steph is we haven't those other, like LeBron doesn't have to have a great team. You know, he can make a team great. That's the one difference with him. I think Giannis can do that.
He made that team great before Kevin Durant got there.
No. Well, he's playing with a few other Hall of Famers. My point is, if you put him out there with guys who weren't all-star caliber players, that's my concern. We've seen. I'm with you. Giannis has done that. LeBron has done that. Steph's a showman in his current existence. And Luka, without a doubt.
All-time showman.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. The Heat trail by 3. Pass to Hero. Nurkic against Adebayo. Passes to Hero. Outside Dragic. Butler on the wing. Shoots over Powell.
And I don't know if he needs a rest in this quarter or what, but he needs something to get off the snide.
Tries again. Powell with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. McCollum with the ball.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Butler. Adebayo passes to Butler. Back to Adebayo. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Yeah, just superb focus there for Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
That's good from Anthony. The Heat trail by 8. Here's Butler. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo.
And right there, I like how Adebayo takes his time, scans the floor, makes the unselfish play.
Cantor kicks to Little. There's the pass to Simons. From 12 feet out. That shot, no good. And that one is off. And so it's Portland with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. They've got Adebayo, Hero out there with Dragic, and there's Iguodala. And it's Butler in at the 3. Kenny, so much can happen on draft night. What was it like for you the night you were selected out of North Carolina, number 6 overall?
It was interesting because I wasn't sure if I was going to second.
Really?
Because I interviewed for everyone else in the top 10 basically except for me. And they took me without an interview. And that surprised me. Not very often, Greg, in life you get a job without an interview.
Yeah.
Well, I got that one.
A high-paying job.
A high-paying one at that.
No less.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Dragic. The Heat trail by 8. Here's Hero. And it's off from three-point range. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Here's Cantor. And he makes good on the layup. Cantor's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Trailblazers leading by 10. It's tipped. Here's Anthony. And Adebayo sends it back.
The reach of Bam Adebayo is off the charts, using it well with that block.
The kick out to Dragic. Pass to Iguodala. Can they get it? No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Kenny, you've been an NBA analyst for over 2 decades, which is hard for me to believe. You look so young, like you go out there and play right now, but I'm sure this job has changed for you in that time, right?
I think the job has not changed, actually, because when I first got here, I used to watch film every day. And
When
actually,
you first started as an analyst?
every day for 1 year.
Did you?
Every day.
And then you found out that what?
I found out, I sat with the executive producer and I figured out what I needed to say, doing why, when, and where. Then I just use that now. I just go back to those meetings then. There's nothing changed for me from that first year, which I knew nothing, to now after I knew something.
Being the award-winning broadcaster you are now.
It's that first year.
Yeah, I would concur with His Majesty. The Jet.
Thank you. Thank you. I've never been called His Majesty.
You are now.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
This is his first free throw of the game.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for the Heat. A 12-point game. Kenny, your former team, the Rockets, have suggested that the league move to start the free agency ahead of the NBA draft. From what you hear, is that idea picking up some momentum?
Well, that's how it is in other pro leagues. You know?
It is, right.
You have the free agency,
Yep.
then you know exactly what you need in the draft. So it would make sense. You're drafting something, and all of a sudden you get all these different free agents. You don't need those young players because typically young players are 2 to 3 years away.
The landscape changes.
Yeah, it has, but I like the way we have it because the one advantage with the rookies is they come in as a brand, which is an advantage to you. You think about Zion coming in, it changed the entire landscape of the Pelicans franchise. Like, those guys do have a lot of value if they played in college and been able to build up that brand.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Lillard. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
Near the three-point line, it's Dragic. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for the Heat. Kendrick Nunn comes in for Goran Dragic. Lillard attacking to the paint. Nurkic dishes to Little. 1:32 left here in the second. Anthony. That one doesn't go. And Miami the other way now. And what about our special guest? Kenny, thanks for taking the time to join us, dropping by. Always a pleasure. You add so much to the broadcast.
Man, thanks for having me. This is just great.
Thank you. And Greg, a lot of fun to be joined by Kenny the Jet, huh? As brilliant as he was on the court, he is just as amazing off it.
And, you know, Kenny has this amazing knack for describing what he sees with such clarity. Rare gift, and I'm glad he can share it with us.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Here's Jones. Another shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And, you know, Kanter can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
The Heat trail by 16. And here's Nunn. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Achua. Tries from 10, and Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 5 rebounds tonight. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Miami's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. The dunk by Achua.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Outside Robinson. The shot will not fall. And the Trailblazers going the other way. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. And airballs the triple. That one was way off. From deep. And Jones pulls it down.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Robinson against McCollum. Pass to Achua. Here's Strus. Miami no good on that time either. He can't get that one to fall.
Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know if you comfortable. Now when you left, it wasn't right, yeah. I took a left, swerved, and I took a right, yeah. I was feeling right, yeah. See it in the night air. They talking dumb, well, frankly, I don't care. Do you realize I'm the man and I'm in my prime, yeah? And it's my time, I swear to won't waste no time, yeah. You ain't worth a dime, no, you ain't worth a dime, yeah. Still on my mind, whoa, you still on my mind, yeah. Let me know, let me know, let me know what's up with you. Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know if you comfortable. Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know what's up with you. Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know if you comfortable. I wonder why, I wonder why, yeah. Just feel the vibes, just feel the vibes. I wonder why, I wonder why, yeah. Just feel the vibes, just feel the vibes. I wonder why, I wonder why, yeah. Just feel the vibes, just feel the vibes. Just feel the vibes, just feel the vibes. About the way blow the spot. Say we know you're not talking that to the start.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K. GA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thanks very much.
DA, he is dangerous in both fashions. He's hard to stop. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got LaMarcus Aldridge, Harden out there with Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's KD in at the 4. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Drummond in at the center, locking down the middle. Harden, no good.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Shaq, you stay very involved with the game, hang out with a lot of the players, talk with coaches, you go to many games. Name some personalities that you enjoy the most, guys you like hanging around with.
Well, I hang around with everybody, but a few guys shaped my mentality. The gentleman next to you, he doesn't know this, but I knew that when he was in college, he already had a T-shirt business, a real estate license, so I really learned the business from him. And it was D. Scott. D. Scott taught me to, just have fun and be silly. Alonzo taught me to be serious and be more focused. Hanging out with LeBron and Kobe. I'm just happy to have the ability to just be blessed to just meet so many people.
That's a very list.
That is.
And a nice compliment to you.
It's an honor to be on that list.
Yes, I'm right. As the first name on the list.
You ain't know I knew about the real estate,
I
did you?
didn't.
I bought a house and you overcharged me for the interest, but that's okay.
And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ball game. Harden inside the three-point line. Here's Durant, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Not letting that one fly. Drummond using his height and wingspan to deny the shooter.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Shaq, your kids are getting to the age where they're on everyone's radar as prospects. Talk about the role that you play in that process.
I tell them that I can help them through recruitment so they make informed decisions. But, ultimately the choices are their own. I told them that, yes, I am your father, but when we talk about certain things, I'm not your father, I am your advisor.
And how has it gone so far? Like in the very first parts of you going through this process, how's that gone?
Well, I like to live the deja vu process. The same thing that my father did for me. I do the same thing for my kids. I just tell them, hey, you make the decision, and I'll either tell you it's a good decision, it's a bad decision, but I'll have to ultimately, respect what you say. So I just try to stay out of the way.
It's great honesty.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it. And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And Davis throws it down.
Terrific anticipation from Davis. The pass is there, and he finishes it with style.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Aldridge inside, working on Drummond. And Harris wide open. He shoots, and a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in.
Well, catch and shoot. Is that Joe Harris's specialty? I think it is.
James fades away. That shot, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Nobody near Schroeder. Buries the corner three.
Well, you can see Schroeder willing to take more and more threes. If you're going to stay in the league, you've got to make them.
Jack, we talk about the motor of a player like Russell and Westbrook. And we also have some bigs who really get after it. And I'm sure you've got some guys that stand out in your mind in the game now who stand out in that category.
Let's see, Montrezl Harrell.
Oh, yes.
Domantas Sabonis. And Andre, Mr. Drummond.
Good name. Big motors.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Now, here is Irving. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
No good again that time. Last outing for the Nets. They won that game against the Timberwolves at Target Center. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Yes, the defense sees James with the ball and assumes he's a shooter. But you know him, he exploits the defense to always find that assist.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Then for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Aldridge. Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Brown in for James Harden. Now here is Harris. Turned in an outstanding game against Minnesota. Rebound by Harrell.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And the foul on Joe Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Here's Caruso. He had 13 points in the win against Charlotte. Fires the three. Jordan with the rebound. Nets trail by 14. Jack, every all-time great grows up admiring, emulating those who came before him. Talk about some of those kind of players, your idols, some of the players who made an impact on you.
The first day my father gave me a basketball, he said, son, I know you're going to be big. I want you to memorize 3 names. And he quizzed me on these names: Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I had no idea who Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain was. I knew who Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was. Then he said, you get good grades, son, I'll take you to watch the one and only Dr. J. So he was my hero. So thank you, Dad.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Matthews, and he converts the layup.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second-chance buckets.
Brooklyn's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Pass to Jordan. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Well, DeAndre Jordan's a problem because if he gets that close, you know the defense has to commit to him.
And he can't make the second free throw either. Listen both. Los Angeles leading by 16. It's Drummond with the drive. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Boy, the wingspan of DeAndre Jordan. This guy sends it back with a message.
Here's Drummond. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Nets trail by 16. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And a big man that plays with a lot of versatility in his game. Opponents have to be cautious of Griffin on the drive.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Jordan. And he makes the first, but misses the second. Down low. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. It's his first trip to the line.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there with those numbers.
And it's slammed in by Davis.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Here's Griffin, and the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers riding a Well, Greg, we know he's already a solid scorer, but Kyle Kuzma's
biggest area of growth would definitely be.
Now, having played with superstars, Kuzma is learning what it takes to win.
He's getting only so many shots per game, so I applaud him for finding other ways to contribute to his team with an eye toward the greater goal.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Lakers 5 right now. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Caldwell Pope, and it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it. Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. Now LeBron, following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Kevin Durant comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Harden in for Kyrie Irving. Clock at 6. The drive by Schroeder. It's stolen by Green. Durant, the pass to Harden. Outside for KD. Off target from outside.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Shaq, we all know it would happen for you. First ballot Hall of Famer. What's it been like joining that incredible group, that historic company?
Well, I just say I'm both proud and humble, and it's something I couldn't have imagined growing up. And I can remember my first taste of confidence was a guy named Kevin Harlan. I was in Kansas City at the McDonald's All-American game. Nobody really knew who the kid from Texas was. I said, I got to make a name for myself. I took it coast to coast and threw it down. And then I looked at you and you were going crazy. I didn't know what you were saying, but then when I got home, my dad had recorded on VHS in that lovely voice, Shaquille O'Neal taking it. I was like, man, I love that voice. And here we are again. I don't know how many years that is. I don't want to show our age.
It's a long time, isn't it? Yes.
I'm here because of you. Thank you.
Remember, galloping O'Neal down the court.
Yes. Big man like Davis have great perspective on the floor, able to find the wide open man.
And here's Harden for three. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his sixth rebound on the night. Here's James, and the dunk by James.
Kevin, you know why I'm laughing right now. This is just too easy for LeBron James. Defense has to move him out of there. But this is what's going to happen all night long.
And here we go with Davis heading to the hoop.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Boy, on your highlight reel, Shaq, so many incredible plays, but if you had to select one play that you'd call your favorite, do you have it?
Glad you asked me that question. My favorite moment in Orlando was going coast to coast in Orlando.
Yeah, that's right.
When I dunked on Dave Robinson in the All-Star game.
Yeah, no right.
When I destroyed the rim at the Meadowlands. So
I was thinking of the alley-oop from Kobe when you guys got us in Game 7.
We'll walk on them.
And a dream, all I need to compete, my darling. Broke, stand to the left. Now I got the best to deposit. I feel the real, know the rest. All I and a dream, all I need to compete, my darling. Broke, stand to the left. Now I got the best to deposit. I feel the real, know the rest. Yeah, they know the rest. Don't have respect. The words stuck together go forever mesh. About to tear the club up. Out of this world. Big pop, top charts like Scott. Why yo hopscotch on the. Know a couple. Really got up in top notch. Me a hip hop, Brian taught me. I will send you the Mercury, planet all Freddy. Your energy irking me, delivery petty, ad lib heavy. Break it down, I've been deadly. Ay, and this ain't even on the album. Eye on the prize in the battlefield. I'm ready to blow up out of here. While you acting different, I'm with the cavalry. Saying all I need to compete, my darling. Broke. Stand to the left. Now I got the best to deposit. I feel the real, know the rest. All I let it stream. All I need to compete, my darling. Broke. Stand to the left. Now I got the best to deposit. I feel the real, know the rest. 100s, 20s, 50s, love it. I never was a complainer in the first place. Don't it suck when you fumble and. Well, it shouldn't when it really was never your race. Keep pacing, got feet on the pavement. What's for you's for you. That is back to the basics. 2C leather coupe, and I got G's on me. 40 a show, bankroll. Headed to the bankroll. I deserve the globe. Headed to the pre-show.
Yeah, ask Nuggets coach Mike Malone about.
We gon' need I'ma need to focus. I'm about to blow. I feel the rhythm, no. Feel the rhythm, no. I feel the energy up in me. About to grab the world. Just wrote a love letter to your moment for honor first. About to give you something never seen. Break it down. Emerging from the dirt. I never know. Dream all I need to compete, my darling. Broke. Stand to the left. Now Now I got another best to deposit. Make for the real, know the rest. Yes, all I need to compete, my darling. Bro, stand to the left. Now I got another best to deposit. Make for the real, know the rest.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Los Angeles Lakers here in Staples Center. I'll send it down to David.
Kevin, thanks. Well,
Thanks, David. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Brandon Clark.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Morant and Allen at the guard spots. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Kyle Anderson. And it's Brooks in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Caldwell Pope, and it's Drummond in at the 5, down low.
And for everything that Anthony Davis does on the floor, you can't forget about his...
You might well quit this, boy. No one's honest with me. They told me I warned ya. I told you what it would be. The truth hurts, as savage as it could be. Give me a break, get out my face. All of us eating at a game. Gotta feed and provide for real. At the end of the day, life is a race. Gotta keep going, we gotta maintain. I could see through the lies, but don't speak. Talking about money and problems, I don't wanna hear all that. What the f you thought would happen if you were part of the pulpit? You thought that you could subtract all your sadness when all your pockets the fullest. Self-liberation, I'm part of your mind. Think about this all the time, just straight from the spine. Money and problems, I don't wanna hear all that. What the f you thought would happen if you were part of the pulpit? You thought that you could subtract all your sadness when all your pockets the fullest. Self-liberation, I'm part of your mind. Think about this all the time, just straight from the spine.
Helps. If you're in the game as a sideline reporter.
Bronze. You man, I got bronze this year. Storms.
They want to fight me every time.
On this year, gone this year. Man, I eat rice and stew when I'm strong this year. Big like John this year, ball like LeBron this year. Storm's got a platinum plat, but you man, I got bronze this year. Yeah, they wanna. That's a. You get. If I say this, they might revolt, but I'm the king of grind by default. Big ego, man can't diss my amigo. Old school bad boy like Figo. Anywhere they go, then we go. Ayo, big flips, hop out the jet first. Man, I run into the money till my leg hurts. And you don't rap, you just network. Name a young MC with my net worth. I Google lie, they said that I'm 1.5, but I made that last night. And money don't make me fry, but they got mad when I said them in the milli off gram. These gatekeepers up, and you old guys make me sick. They just take the. So in other words, I phone crazy T like yo Titch. You was right about him, he's a. Ain't no diss tracks, I just switch. Then we move on and get rich. On this year, gone this year. Man, I eat rice and stew when I'm strong this year. Big like John this year, ball like LeBron this year. Storm's got a platinum plat, but you man, I got bronze this year.
The bustling city of Portland, Oregon. This is the backdrop for our broadcast setting tonight. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Miami Heat as they go up against the Portland Trail Blazers here at Moda Center. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan and David Alderman. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Jimmy. And let's...
Kevin, thanks.
DA, thanks a lot. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Jimmy Butler is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. Then there's Achua. And it's Oladipo in at the two-guard spot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony, and it's Powell in at the three spot. Nunn looking around. 5 on the clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. Oladipo, the pass to Adebayo. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
It's hauled in by Achua. And Nunn has got the ball here for the Heat. They traveled to Portland last time they faced the Trailblazers and came away with the win.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
The turnover margin was well within their favor, and you have to point to that ferocious D they played as the biggest factor in that win.
And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo.
No doubt that Victor Oladipo is a guy that this franchise is leaning on, so showing some leadership here.
Sinks the triple.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Capitalizing on the error, grinding out points, you gotta love it.
That's why you can't afford to just turn it over to him, because he's going to do stuff like that to make you pay just right down the throat.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Melo showing that he's still got it down there, gets enough space to get up and get to the rim.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
McCollum dishes to Lillard. Anthony right side. Kicks it to Powell. Back to Anthony. Portland needs to get off a shot. Over Adebayo. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Nurkic. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Butler passes to Achua. The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Anthony. Trailblazers leading by 4. McCollum finds Anthony.
And Melo can play big down there in the paint, so using his size that time to draw the contact.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Lillard against Nunn. Passes it to Achua. Rebound by Nurkic. For Portland, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway.
Well, if you go to lead high, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Butler deciding where to go with it. The pass to Nunn. Here's Butler. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
A moment to check out the numbers for Nunn.
Last season's performance for him averaged about 15 points a game last season, 3 assists and 2 rebounds.
and he's putting in the effort, and you can see him getting better with time.
So many little things that you have to learn to grow as a player. He's just going through a bit of that process right now.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
Nunn pitch to Oladipo. Looking to end the run. Doesn't go for it. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And a wide open look for McCollum. Nice spin off the left rim and in. McCollum's got 7 points.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Releases. Oladipo against McCollum. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Now, Oladipo was the most improved player in 2018, his first season with the Indiana Pacers, after being the second pick in the 2013 draft.
Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Greg, you played over a decade in the NBA. Is there an opening day that you remember most that sticks out in your mind?
No doubt. The very first time I put on that Knicks jersey, you know, your rookie year, the game was in Orlando. I got to play 28 minutes, which was a lot for a rookie back then, especially on a really good team. And it was an awesome experience. That was a moment you had dreamt of your entire life if you grew up wanting to play basketball, man, and I was pumped.
That's a great story. Lillard looking around. Top of the key jumper, no good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, Jimmy Butler has that kind of room, and he's going to throw it down.
In transition, here comes Miami, and it's Butler with the jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
To the inside, Powell with the steal. Here's Lillard. The three from McCollum. Rebound by the Heat. And here we go. It's Butler. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And it's Butler with the jam.
Well, out in transition, Jimmy Butler scanning the court, found an angle, and does some damage.
For Portland, they've gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Lillard fires away from way outside. Portland no good that time either. One-on-one here. There's the lob to the hoop. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
One of those guys who you say 6'4", but plays bigger, Oladipo, with the strength to finish through the contact.
This will be his third free throw shot of the game. 8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Powell. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. McCollum with the bounce pass. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. It's the Trailblazers leading by just 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Damian Lillard told us before the game when asked how
will begins. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
some numbers for Bielitsa. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged about 11 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Miami, Hero out there with Dragic. Then there's Achua. Then it's Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Robinson in at the 3, the small forward. Here is the 2K leader with the list of last season's top three-point shooters. The Heat shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Dragic, such a valuable player as a combo guard who is a veteran in this league. Unpredictable, pushes the pace, and does not lack the confidence.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have, man. I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. To the middle, it's Bjelica. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Got a hand on it, and he's able to get it back. Deep 2 from Anthony. Rebound by Bjelica.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
They get the rebound, tries again, and the layup is up and in. Bjelica's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
He gets that one.
A reliable finisher who can score in a multitude of ways. Cantor is a tough cover down low.
Here's Achua. Can't hit that one. Excellent D from Cantor.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
From 18 feet away. Wow, way off on that one. The Heat trail by 3. In transition, here comes Miami. Dragic with a wide open look. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Really nice to see Dragic explore that aspect of his game. The catch-and-shoot J is simply deadly.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
And with a name like Duncan Robinson, you wonder, were his parents Spurs fans?
Good call, GA, but I don't think so. He was born in 1994. That's a few years before Tim Duncan joined the Spurs alongside the Admiral. Good NBA name.
For Miami, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. It's blocked.
That's good footwork from the big man as Cantor aware defensively to get to that one.
Taken away by Anthony. Fast break, here we go. And the layup falls. Little's got his second basket.
The chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution. And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
That one misses. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Well, it's definitely within striking distance now.
Yeah, but they've got to make each possession count on both sides of the floor.
But they'll get another chance. Trail Blazers leading by 4. Here's Nurkic. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Bielitsa misses.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
In transition, here comes Miami. The dunk by Achua.
A nice job by Bielitsa. Be patient. Look for teammates. He found one.
That's a 2 from Willard. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And a new group in for the Heat. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Bielitsa. Jimmy Butler comes in for Robinson. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Tyler Hero. And it's Kendrick Nunn in for Goran Dragic. There's 1:47 left now here in the second. And stolen by Lillard. And now Anthony pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Rebound by the Heat. Achua's got his 5th rebound in this one. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Adebayo.
Oladipo playing a couple years at point guard in Orlando when he started his career, showing off his passing ability there.
Powell, that's good.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
The kick out to Oladipo. Now, here's Achua. He's guarded by Nurkic. Here's Oladipo. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Oladipo so strong and scoring, even with the D, kind of knocking him around a bit on that play.
Trailblazers leading by 3. A 3 from McCollum. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Adebayo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Yeah, it's that guy again, Victor Oladipo, just getting it done. Looks like he's going to have a huge night.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Wasted no time on that one. McCollum's got 9 points. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Back to Oladipo. Oladipo draws the double. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first half. McCollum kicks to Powell. Inside, here's Anthony. It's deflected, and he recovers it. A second chance effort. Pass to Powell. Lillard outside. And the 3 off target. 1 second left. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Well, the last thing Jimmy Butler's afraid of is a little contact.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And a close game so far. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson, Portland came out ready to play. And he doesn't get talked about that much, but you... And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Victor Oladipo in this game, he has been everywhere.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with.
And there is some intelligence behind the passing of Adebayo. Not flashy, but making smart ones.
And good that time.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Here's Oladipo. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's good. McCollum's got 11 points.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable.
You still losing. Not by that much. But you losing. But you losing. Wait. But you losing. I don't care about his points, bro. You still losing.
Don't worry about it. It's 30. Yeah, you said I could come back to work. You're taking off tomorrow. What time you going to work tonight? Get some money online. You heard me?
Finding the open men on this team.
The Heat trail by 4. Iguodala's drive. Pass to none. Here in this 3rd quarter, just over a minute play. Down low, Nurkic with the steal. Oh, McCollum in position. Feeds it to Powell. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Nurkic kicks to Powell. And Butler sends it back.
Butler with great anticipation there and swatting that one away.
How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile 1 block?
And he's all over that shot, has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State. A small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
It's Oladipo on the wing. He is guarded by McCollum. Oladipo misses. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Iguodala, the pass to none. Outside Butler. 5 to shoot. To the inside. Here's Adebayo. Here's Iguodala. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. Coming off a terrific season. Last season, he averaged 20 points a game, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds. And guys, he can just explode for points anytime he steps on the court.
Well, he looks to score, and he looks to score often.
And the all-around game Iguodala possesses makes him unique. technique, does whatever is asked of him on the floor.
And some controversy last season. Andre Iguodala traded to the Grizzlies. We know he didn't report, Greg, just stayed in the Bay Area until a trade could be worked out to Miami.
I'd call that a power move, Kevin, no doubt. Iguodala, a respected vet, wanted to play for a contender, and he got an extra year and $15 million in the deal.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. It's McCollum on the wing. 14 points for him.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 6 on the bucket from Oladipo.
Feels like Jimmy Butler is getting better on how he finds the open teammates, really elevating his playmaking skills.
Nurkic, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Trailblazers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And then for Miami, Heroes checked in for Oladipo. And it's Dragic in for Kendrick Nunn. Butler in the corner. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Passes it to Adebayo. And it's Portland with the rebound. They've held a 12-point lead early. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. The shot's good from Cantor.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Knocked away. Goes back up. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. Goes up again, and the shot is long. And so it's Iguodala. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. They trail by 11. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And drafted 13th out of Kentucky. Tyler Hero impressing right out of the gates that rookie season.
And I think this is very much the type of player that comes in with confidence, a skill level, and an IQ, and ultimately a guy who wants to compete.
And stolen by Butler. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take
a moment to check out Bam Adebayo here. He's coming off an excellent season. 8th in rebounding, 13th in field goal percentage. And he's a shot blocker as well. Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
He was a top 10 rebounder last season for good reason. He's an incredibly intense guy to compete with. And for a full game, too. I mean, just nonstop. Butler dishes to Iguodala. The pass to Hero. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Good anticipation there from Iguodala, who is a very good passer.
Trailblazers leading by 7. It's hauled in by Hero. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And I know he was pleased with his foul shooting last year. How about 87% from the line?
That's good from Hero. Second free throw, no good.
Tyler Hero's assimilation into the NBA was pretty smooth. He went from Kentucky in a system in which he got to run around off screens and shoot the ball to one that allowed him to do that in his rookie season. That's given him a lot of confidence.
Iguodala, right side. Pass to Hero. pass to Adebayo. Shot clock at 6. And he uses the glass on the layup. Adebayo's got his second basket of the game.
You see the offense coming around for Adebayo. Entered the league with raw skills, but he's had the benefit of great coaching. Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. So Anthony nails both of them.
Just get a feeling like Melo has brought some extra energy to this one. This guy eats, drinks, and breathes basketball, but he's at it here tonight.
Here's Dragic. It's stolen by Anthony. And so it's Portland in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be back with you shortly. Terry Stotts has some advice for it.
Hey, good job defensively.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Trailblazers leading by 8. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. They've got Jimmy Butler, Hero out there with Dragic. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Iguodala in at the 4-man position. And Butler, here we go.
Defense just clearing out there as Butler on the drive, playing very physical with the ball.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. That's a 2 from Lillard. And Butler sends it back. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Passes it to Hero. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Hero right now working himself into a lather, staying aggressive and drawing the defense's attention.
Achua, he's checked in for Miami. Kendrick Nunn comes in for Goran Dragic. He's perfect from the line this time.
And Bones, when you look at Jimmy Butler's elite impact at both ends, you could argue he's the best two-way shooting guard in the NBA.
Klay Thompson might have something to say about that, GA, but certainly Jimmy Butler and his physical presence allows him to play a multitude of positions. So sliding down to the 3 and getting physical is something that Jimmy will do. We know that he'll take on any assignment and compete with it.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
Covington's checked in for Portland. Then for the Heat, Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Adebayo. Lisa comes in for Jimmy Butler. Robinson is subbed in for Hero. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address the team. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
They get it again. Cantor kicks to Little. Back to Cantor. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Precious Achua.
And this is what he's worked on. As Cantor has become a more polished inside scorer, he's been drawing more fouls.
And Cantor drops them both. The Heat trail by 6. Nunn passes to Achua. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. The Trailblazers have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Here's Simons. Little passes to Covington and stolen by Ariza. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Ariza's got the ball. Snatched up. Outside for Robinson. Now, here's Achua. Not a lot of room. Just 4 to shoot. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Here's Nunn. The offensive rebound. Achua. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Covington into the lane. The putback, and Kent are able to finish.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Here's Iguodala. Heat moving the ball around. Now, here's Achua. He's covered by Cantor. Covington against Ariza. Here's Achua. Miami no good on that time either. Portland leading by 8. And it's Whittle finishing it off.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Iguodala dishes to Ariza. And Ariza with the stop.
Ariza, not a guy you rely on pick and roll play, but capable there.
Now the pass to Covington. To the paint. And Cantor throws it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Robinson misses. Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Covington. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason, honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Iguodala. Jimmy Butler comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Oladipo in for Duncan Robinson. Oladipo misses. Portland leading by 9. And Cantor throws it down.
Using some brute force to take it strong to the rack. Cantor leaving nothing to chance. Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
And it's good for 2.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And there's the foul. It's on Nasir Little. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Oladipo against McCollum. Nurkic with the steal.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Portland.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn it.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Enes Kanter.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor. more here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
And here's McCollum for three. It's hauled in by Achua. And here we go. It's Butler. Oladipo for three.
At 7 feet tall, Nurkic, not easy to get around. That time throws that one away.
The kick outside to Butler. To the left side wing. No good from the wing. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. And we see that tonight.
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. You know, we got a little more physical. You know, we did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win, Damian. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching.
McCollum got 16 points, bro.
That boy had the highest. 12.
Everybody scored except for these three that at the bottom.
They ain't play. Everybody.
He wasn't passing the ball.
That boy balling, man.
That boy wasn't balling. They got 8 for 17. You tell me he bought 1
He got 20 points. He got more than you got, nigga.
Bro, my point spread, bro. My point, that's all that my point.
7, 5.
And you spread it.
Everybody scored besides this nigga.
Man, no, your points ain't spread it, bro.
Yours ain't either.
You crazy. Go back to it. 16,
3.
12. Yeah, 3
16,
people
12,
double
12.
digits.
29-7.
Double digits, though. That defense, nigga. Yeah.